And we are back to building more muscle with calisthenics training. In today's video, we're sharing two of my favorite exercises to help you pack more beef more easily in the lower body. And I particularly like these two exercises because they're technically very simple, so they don't require a lot of skill, and they put a lot of emphasis on the big muscles in the thighs, particularly your quads and hamstrings. But more importantly, the reason why I encourage you to use these exercises at least every few weeks for building up the legs is because, again, a lot of the calisthenics approaches to progressive leg training is very kind of skill intensive. Things like hover lunges, and we're trying to get up and we're wobbling around and stuff, and that's fine and good, athletic and stuff. But at the end of the day, if you want the easiest, most direct way to challenge the neuromuscular work capacity of a muscle, you need to use really simple, technically easy exercises, and that's what this brings to the table. So the first of these exercises is the suspension hamstring curl. I get questions a lot on like my RDP Q&A sessions on my live stream that I have every Saturday. People always ask me, what do I think about Nordic curls? To be honest with you, I don't like Nordic curls. I think they're one of those techniques that requires too much skill, too much technical proficiency, and most of the time when I see people do it, they're struggling with it rather than utilizing it with a great degree of proficiency. Meanwhile, hamstring curls are a lot easier as far as a lower entry point goes, easier to progress, and you can get more of that raw muscular work capacity challenge much easier, which just basically says it's a lot easier for building up your hamstrings. Furthermore, it also challenges every muscle along your entire posterior chain, so it's a very complete exercise as well. So start off, we lie down, and the easy way to do this is just pick up your legs like so. I see people all the time and they're like, I got it, I got it, I got it. Ooh. You know, don't do it the hard way. Do it the easy way. Always make things as easy as possible when it comes to getting set up. From here, palms are up, back is engaged, legs are straight, and we tighten our glutes to lift our hips up. This is our starting position. Now, usually when people do this, they'll start off with this hamstring curl, which is perfectly fine, but you're not lifting anything. You're moving, but you're not lifting. This is what we want lifting against gravity. So as you pull in, keep your hips locked so you lift up. Like so. Trying to keep this relatively straight. If you're bending a little bit, that's perfectly fine. If you're not going all the way up, that's perfectly fine. Range of tension is a big way to progress. From there, you can progress with cross ankle variations, where one leg is doing more of the work, and then even single leg variants. And then when it comes to building up your quads, few exercises can put as much direct attention as the Sissy squat. And I love this exercise because fundamentally, it's still any other squat movement pattern. It's still hip to heel. We're still engaging our glutes, hamstrings, calves, and the entire squat chain. There's just a very heavy emphasis, not isolation, on the quadriceps, which means it's very practical and functional for athleticism, but it's also taking your quads through a massive range of motion, which helps to build them up. I like to do it on suspension straps like this. Your arms are straight ahead, but you're not leaning forward. Remember, we're trying to work our legs, so we want our weight on our legs, not on our hands. Glutes, super, super tight. I am physically pushing my hips forward, maybe even slightly arching my back just a bit, and from here, rolling on the balls of the feet, knees coming down and forward. You can come down as far as you're comfortable, kiss the floor if you want, and then drive up. Again, we don't want to put our weight on the hands because then that takes weight off the legs and there's less resistance to work with. So we're just having a light amount of force on the hands, more for just stability, and I'm physically engaging my glutes very hard. I know a lot of times people are like, oh, Sissy squat's got to be hard on the knees. I used to champion that idea myself, especially because my knees have been in terrible shape most of my life. But this exercise actually fixed my knees as long as you've got the rest of your squat chain, especially your hips, engaged. It's no harder on your knees than walking up a flight of stairs. Touching down and driving the ball of the foot into the floor aggressively to get the quads doing most of the work of standing up. Check out the micro workout that utilizes these two exercises back and forth down below in the description, and utilize this once a week or every couple of weeks if you find that your development in your lower body is lacking and you want to spur some more growth in your thighs to build more overall of an aesthetic pleasing physique. You don't want to neglect your legs. Thank you very much for watching. Likes and shares and all that sort of thing. More videos here to get you caught up on the 24 days of building more muscle with calisthenics. See you in tomorrow's video. Be fit, live free.